Good afternoon, everybody. Sorry for the delay there. Welcome back to DADBEAR.Downtime. Another live stream, our one day at a time Space Engineer Survival playthrough series. Hope you guys have had a good weekend. Hey, Morbin, how you doing? After morning, I like that. Hope everybody's had a good weekend. Hope you had a good week. Last week, been busy, so might be dragging a little bit today. But that's probably gonna work out all right because we got work to do in our one day at a time series. Gotten our ship kind of making some progress on getting it together. The last time we were taping, we had learned that we're going to need more gyros. So I haven't had a ton of free time to kind of put some thought into that. But I kind of have a general idea. So let's let me tell you what I'm thinking about here. Again, I want to be smart with it. I don't want to be egregious with placement. But I'm thinking what we're probably going to end up doing is using this former hangar space to load up our gyros. At the same time, we're going to try to close this off as best we can. I don't think we're going to be able to make anything airtight. I'm not expecting that. I think what we're going to have to do, as far as our desire to have a transition space or path from the center of the ship to the outer nacelles, those areas, we're probably going to have to, it will probably be an exterior. It won't be covered. It won't be airtight. But what we're probably going to end up doing is moving, using stairs or catwalks to get down and then into the nacelle spaces. I'm considering perhaps trying to bring an entrance directly into the side here. But let's see. I'm all good. Clicked as soon as I got the notification. It is how it is. If Adobe Day, it's all good. I have them all the time. Yeah, just Mom Bear and I have been just kind of persevering through some of the stuff that we've been having to deal with, so it should be possible to have it sealed airtight. I think we can. It's not going to be a priority though. I'm not gonna like spend a whole lot of time trying to find a way to make it airtight, but I do believe we'll be able to get at least something done to get to that point. The tanks are really the hardest part. It's going to make it hard to do that. But I think we can use these hangar spaces for the gyros. What I will probably end up doing is I'll probably end up getting rid of these connectors in each of the hangar spaces. Extending this floor out until we're fully connected here. And then once we get it kind of stationed, or yeah, everything kind of closed up, what we may end up doing is I think I'll probably end up doing a couple of rows of gyros vertically in each of these little hangar spaces. And then what I want to do is I'll separate them from this space here Probably with some glass so that you can see him. That's my initial thought. So, and then, like I said, I was thinking it might be nice to be able to get in, like connect the two, like a path coming in here rather up to this upper deck rather than the trying to find a way to snake or route a path down here, but we might be able to. So we'll try to explore both of those. Now I got off to a little bit of a late start today, but we have a little bit of extra time. Because Mom Bear is making up some of her sick time for the appointments we've had to go to. So she's going to be working a little bit later today. Let's go ahead and start pulling some of this stuff off.
You do realize I'm the one keeping you alive. Maybe you should keep my battery topped up with that in mind.
I'm wondering... Shouldn't have... This should not be... I'm wondering why I've got that red block around the... Okay. Let's put... I'm going to put a seat in here so we can charge fairly quickly. What all I had in my build planner, but I'm pretty sure I didn't need all of that. Turn it sideways. Oh, now I know why it was. We're slightly inside. Oh. We're slightly inside the safe zone. That's why it wasn't going to let me... That's why I was getting that red box. I think we've just barely got a nacelle poking through. Move a little bit. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Yeah, that explains it. Move out. Get outside. Safe zone. We should be good there. Get all these doors hooked up on the timer block. That. Took a lot longer than I was expecting. Let's start down here. We'll start getting this stuff out. I know either way it's going to be gone. If anything, I feel like any connecting stairway or walkway, I want to do it from the middle. Well, it's close. I can't really do the middle. Huh. Okay. That kind of sucks, but no worries. Let's see. Don't think we need to take those out just yet. pop that. What we'll probably do is we'll bring this connection out a little bit further and try to blend it in to the side. Yep. Got myself stuck. That's not cool. Grab as much plate as I can. Take it from the Atlas. It certainly doesn't need it. I was looking at, I mean, I did try to look into, and we may still try to do it, but the idea of trying to get an airtight walk space that goes into, that also enters the engineering section, I think may have to, I think once we kind of got everything, when I say everything, once we got like the exterior kind of connected and blended in a little bit, we can try seeing what we've got, because we're gonna have to remove one of these hydrogen tanks, which may not be that big of a deal. Be a Colibri. I've seen a Colibri before. Let's take a quick look. Crashed finally. Where are you, Colibri? There you are. Huh. It's kind of a nice looking ship. It's not bad. It's pretty simple. Got her in the back. Another big ions. Okay. Huh. Not terrible. A little bit of functionality to it. That's kind of a cool ship. But like I said, once we kind of figure out it's okay, if we're gonna have a walkway on both sides, that means we're gonna lose 2 tanks. Of course, we've gained at least 2 tanks. At least 2 tanks on the Wardalothian side. It may be more than that. It may be 4 tanks. So, what is that?
Inventory is full. Maybe consider changing game settings.
Okay, let's get that in here. Get the scrap put away. Don't want to run into it. There it is. Go. That should get pulled. Yeah, we've got at least. Huh. I've never noticed that before this opening here. Got the same thing over here. We do not. Okay, so that's supposed to, That's supposed to have a full block in it. Okay. I'll go ahead and throw one in there. These are all light armor, right? So we're not really going to lose... We're not going to lose a ton of hydrogen capability, or, you know, storage if we get rid of a tank in there. What I would like to do, though, is I would like to try to at least empty those tanks. You know what I mean? So, let's see. And we will lose... I know we'll lose a hydrogen engine in the process, too. But just see how that goes. Get this. This way. I guess the question I've got now is, do I want to bother... Do I want to bother maintaining this? I don't think I do. Do I just want to square this off? Hmm. I don't know if it's going to make a ton of difference there. At these rooms, we're not going to be using these anymore. So go ahead and get rid of that. I'm not going to be able to carry all that, I don't think.
Warning. Please check inventory for extraneous tools.
I'm expecting we're going to need a lot of gyros. So do I want to get rid of this separation to make room, actual space to put gyros? Do I want to get rid of these walls? I mean, that'll basically make the decision on, you know, if we're going to go square here. It's not going to be the prettiest looking thing by any stretch of the imagination, but... Or do we just need to try to, like, get it sectioned and then come in and make changes afterward? I guess that's what I'm wondering. Do this. Okay. Close this off. Let's see. A lot of gyros means a lot of resources, so I'd be more sectioned, then figure out the work. Maybe more sectioned, then figure out the workaround afterward. It's just, okay. That's just me, though. So when you say more sectioned, do you think I should have Do you feel like keeping them separated, say with these bulkheads? Because that's what, I mean, from this point, well, not even really there. It may have to be from an airtight point, or and I really need to stop thinking airtight. I need to, but I also want a common sense fluid connection, you know, not just. Hmm. Okay. I mean, I don't feel like I need to fill in all these, you know, all the gaps or all the spaces. That's not really what I'm getting at. Like, I don't need to fill all this in. That's not what I'm, but when it comes to the mounting points, and again, we're going to be stacking, we're going to be at least, it's going to be at least two blocks high. Now, at least 2 rows. We're going to say at least 2 rows. If that means we've got a row that runs here, and then we skip a space, and then we run rows across the top, that may be it too. But okay. All right. I can see that point. Yep, we could throw additional hydrogen tanks in here. I wish I had had some time to like just come in and kind of study what we got going on here. We get so much worried about that one. I don't think. Let's see. There's something else we can use to keep the structural integrity. Hmm. Look at. Curious if I'm going to be able to find what it is I'm looking for here. Oh, something like that, I think. Yeah, that might do it. I wish. Sad. It would be kind of neat if it could be like. The collision boxes won't let me do it, but if like the gyros could be encased in glass, you could see through. You know, you could see through and perhaps see the hydrogen tanks on the other side, but I don't. It's not, I don't think that's going to work. See if this... It's not that important that this... So, but it doesn't. It's not terrible. Okay. I need... I think we can continue this. Ooh, I don't know if we will be able to continue that out. Let's see. After the last stream, I had to wander through a blunderbuss trying to see where good places for gyros be. Placing a gyro in front of the jump drives. There's only a couple more gyros, but it's a start. Yeah, the there are places to tuck, you know, onesie twosies. Also, a couple curved passages that just lead to the main hallway. Only seem necessary for maybe repairs. Yeah, the yeah, we'll actually go in. Yeah, some plate in here. Right up there. All right. So some of the places that I was looking at was, I think the engineering space is pretty much tapped out. I don't really believe there's anything there. We could possibly throw a couple of gyros up here. I don't think it would be too awkward a space to do that. It's up out of the way. I don't think we really need these interior turrets. And to me, I don't feel like it would be an unnatural aesthetic to come in this and see those two devices hanging from the ceiling. I don't think that would be that big of a deal. This is an observation deck. For all intents and purposes, we could throw one of these in the corner. You know, we could throw one in each corner, but I'm not really looking to disturb this aesthetic. which I don't know if I've ever really stopped to appreciate before. This is a great viewing area. I think engineering, though, is pretty much taken care of. We could always throw a couple here. We'd still be able to reach the batteries if we needed to do maintenance on the batteries. Again, I don't really think anything here is going to be worth it. We do have these multiple airlocks, which I'm not entirely sure if they're necessary. But this space here, I feel like we could easily dump 6. I think we could easily dump 6 gyros in there. 3 on this side, 3 on this side. And I don't believe it would disturb. Again, I don't think it would disturb the aesthetic. But I feel like engineering... We already have a bunch of gyros in here. Again, not that we couldn't do more, but it's already kind of busy in here, and I don't see why we couldn't find other places first before we come in here and start packing it. Again, I don't want it to be ugly. That's the only way I know how to put it. So what I'm wondering here is if we've got... What is that? That is another hydrogen engine. The way these are kind of Lego blocked together, I wonder if they've got access to conveyoring another end. If they do, could pull this, and this could start our pathway out to the nacelles. We'll have to check that out. We'll have to get into spectator mode and look at that. Well, let's see if like I said, we've got spots in here I think we can use. Of course, we have the tunnel. There's plenty of room to add in there. At airlock, again. The jump drive rooms. Yeah, we could add. I mean, we could add a couple. I would say we could add as many as 4. We replaced these spots here. We could do each of that on each side. And then, of course, we've got these little dead ends. We could throw a couple in there. And if we want to be honest, we could also line this entire spine right here with them. And that might actually be a good way to do it. That would probably be a good place to add some. We don't have to fill it, but we could do a number of them up there. So besides that, I think most any other option is going to be in the tunnel itself, kind of tucked away. We could put some in here. I almost feel like I would probably get rid of a lot of the. I don't know. I might be able to blend in into like another compartment, you know, separate it into a separate room with, 4 to 6 gyros per room. We've got room to do it in here too. I just don't want it to be like I've come across some ship designs where it's like all gyros. It's, Let's see, spine would be good. Is there a nearby cargo access? Be a lot of back and forth where you don't have to go too far. Yeah, there isn't cargo access. Let me think. No, that's not entirely true. let's make a, here, we're going to make a change. We're going to do something here. Go back too far. Am I going back too far? This is where we're going to go. So that's closed. Okay. We got 2 med bays here. We don't need 2 med bays, of course. Connected inventories. We're going to change that. I could have sworn we should be connected to an inventory. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like use catwalks. I don't know if I'm going to be able to carry everything.
Engineer,
Nope, I
a
won't.
steel plate cannot get to your inventory.
Okay, so I have a little bit there. Some medical components that are going to freeze me up here. There's other ways to do things.
Engineer, a steel plate cannot get to your inventory.
Enough. All right. We got now steel plate, medical components. Do it again. I need interior plate, of course. Need to find out if I've got. Don't believe I do. I think I've got just cryo chambers now. Need a med bay. All right. Actually, guys, I'm going to need just a second. Give me just a moment. I got to take care of something. I'll be right back. Appreciate your patience. All right, so one of the things I need to do is I need a cargo access up here. And that's what I want to get rid of this for, so that I can create that. I need, let me put, what is this? Heat vent? I can get rid of heat vent. Go ahead and add med bay. I'll just build a med bay. And lay it down, and then we'll just grind it and rebuild it. This is just to dump parts in while I'm grinding this one down.
Inventory is full. Maybe consider changing game settings? No matter how hard you push, that will never fit.
Is that going by? Parallax. Shadow and an arrowhead. Worry about the arrowheads getting groggy. We might see them come this way. Probably would not go well for them, but stand by. This is going to be... I don't think I have any interior. I do have some interior plate. Good. All right. We'll use pipe for aesthetics. Why not? Okay.
You seem to be overloaded.
Of course.
Have you considered our
That was dumb.
DLC?
That was dumb. I do that. Oh, so stupid. There we go. Take this stuff first.
Overloaded. Have you considered our inventory DLC? No matter how hard you push, that will never fit. Inventory is full. Maybe consider changing game settings?
More light there, one more bar there. So this is, she got, okay, got that stuff. Just steal some, I think, from the interior turrets in here. Yeah, let's do a little bit from this. What are they going after? I wonder if it's Baldwin. Might be going after that Baldwin. We'll find out. Spears, I guess. Get to... Not dadgum. Yeah, there's no cargo access at all back in here. Definitely need to fix that. Got our temporary cargo up front. That's Alden, yeah. All right. This is going to be the start of... I'm going to go ahead and add cryo chamber to the build. I should be able to carry all this, I'm hoping. Yeah, quite. Most of it we can. See, I can get into inventory now. Go. What's that? Do not have... Strange. And, okay. Let's try this again. Ed. Yeah, it takes them. I don't know why it's not, but... Yep, don't know why it's doing that. Dirty computers. Strange. Let me... Wow, it's so weird. So weird. I can do it manually, but I can't. That is crazy. Try this here. There. It's almost everything. 114. No, that won't work. 16 will work. Whole reason for doing that was Sarah's ownership side block. Weird. Huh. Okay. And let's see. It's all gonna have to go. This should all be pulling. Ammo should be pulling. There we go. Okay. All right. Okay, so this will give us some. I guess this will be some cargo access. We will at least be able to get. I don't know if we'll be able, yeah. This is not connected to inventories, but I know it is. Strange. Huh. Okay. Give me. Let's get some steel plate. There we go. Get all over everything I can. And this is just for, because we're getting started here. This will at least get these positioned. And we can add these to the build planner and go for it, so at least that's my hope. We may be taking our temporary large cargo container that's in the bottom. We may be moving that up into this area here. Just do not need medical components. Yeah, let me do that. I wonder why it won't. It's so weird. That gave me most everything. Really gotta change the inventory. This will take a while. Should be able to get, let's see, that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. Thing. Chest plate. That's all I get. Gotta be a better way than what I'm doing. Where's the interior lights? Sorry, I'm getting distracted, I know. On. Excuse me, guys. The light. Sworn I saw air vents twice. There's one. Let's see. Ugh, it's driving me nuts. Come on. Don't let me pull anything. I don't get that. I should be able to pull from there. I am just wasting time. Sorry, guys. I'm losing my mind. Oh. Almost did it again. Interior plate. I'll just pull that out separately when I get. Feel better about that. Definitely thinking the word you used, more than dopey. I think that's definitely how things are operating today for me. God, there's got to be a better way. Got to be. Holder on a piston. Yeah. Yeah, that's not a terrible idea. That would be a better way to do it. So I wonder if I'd be able to get I wonder if that would work conveyor-wise, since I'm having to manually pull this stuff. What do I got left in there? That. Get rid of this. See if I grind out the gyro. Connector. Yeah. Keep moving. Let me get these ones I got in the build planner finished. Let's see if maybe we can put a better way to do this. I think I'll try to put maybe I'll put a cargo, small cargo. Jump into this, can I? No, I cannot. Okay. All right. Okay, give me just a minute again. Sorry for this. But, well, be right back. Alright guys, sorry about this. This is definitely one of the things I've learned is one of the possible pitfalls of streaming device recording is the increased possibility of interruptions, so apologize for that. Did take the opportunity to refill my coffee, so at least we got that going for us. All right. Pull that. And then what I think I'll do is I'll continue to grind down. Nope. Grind down here. I think I'll do what you suggested there, Morbin. Pulling the, throwing a connector or maybe even a small cargo container. Right there. That should make it easier to pull things out.
You seem to be overloaded. Have you considered our inventory DLC?
Kind of get an idea of how I guess unfocused is the best word, because instead of building this setup right here that I'm sitting in, what I probably should have done was left that one over there up and then just put in the cargo container over here to be able to pull. I was just thinking that I would be able to pull stuff from this opening on this med bay, and it just didn't work out that way. So
Engineer, a steel plate cannot get to your inventory.
almost down to the last one, so it's not like it's even going to make that much of a difference. I have... Oh, I don't. That's... strange. Just gonna put a small cargo container in here for right now. And please don't freeze. Okay. Thought for a second we were about to lose it. Let's see what we got. Well done. Also, the thing about streaming, it's real time. Therefore, real life is going to happen in between. Yeah. That's the way it's been going. So. This is also about the time that I start the streams is actually more often than not, it is actually one of the busier times here in the household during the day. So there's already kind of a built-in likelihood of an interruption. So sure, I don't have anything. Okay, so that's a decent haul there. This is, I have a low oxygen. Right. I've already kind of gotten distracted by working on this interior section sooner than expected. Oh, don't tell me I'm low on the oxygen. Should be fine. Huh. There. I'm seeing it. Okay. Good in here. Sure why we weren't good in there. All right. Well, at least we've kind of got that middle part of the ship is kind of set up to go ahead and start making changes there. Let's see what we can do here. I think what... Let's see, maybe we will... I think I'm going to change these two out. And then... there we go. It's going to be... right now. Let's get... Trying to think down. Try something real quick. Pretty sure I've got ramp, stairs. So that's 6. Here we got the ramp. Okay. That. Two corners. And I think we're going to need another stairwell. Let's see where that lands us. That color right. Six. Okay. I'd have to throw a light in there to get one. I'm thinking about there. Should I... What would you think? Should I perhaps grind down these 2 blocks and make it like a... It can't be a double stairway, would be completely unnecessary. Steps in, down. What I was just setting up was, okay, so you come out this way. We can either take this block out and make it a slope down, or put in a stair step where it goes down to a platform that turns to the right and then goes down to this and comes around. Or I can just extend that up and then we can add, put a block in here. On color. and then just put a rail set up so that it comes down. I'm going to go ahead and let me get these, because I know I'm going to need a light. Or something to connect these. Grab that. And let's go 2 more of these. I don't know if that is going to work. Let's just go ahead and throw in a corner piece. Change that, yeah. Shoot, need the light. Could use neon tube, probably. Nah, we'll do the light. It's not gonna hurt. Not gonna be the same color, but I'm not really that concerned about it. Get you. I think I'm gonna end up taking out this block and just turning it into a do it like that. Yeah, that'll work for now. I can probably get cleaned up. Might be able to work something else out, but I think that for right now, we'll call it functional. I was thinking about, you know, if I ran it straight up here, I'd want to put like some rails up, but then I'd have to like rails all the way down the side, and I couldn't do that. So, let's see. I don't think we'll need to. I got steel plate. I am thinking. What I've got in my mind is something like this. Like block this off, I can make these back into, I can take these into half blocks. Alright, let me like plunk these down and then kind of go from there, see what's... I think I'll still be able to walk by this to get to the side if needed. No. Okay, so that one's going to be different. That and... Nope. Come on, where you at? Be it. Yeah. Now I can seal this off across the back if I do something similar on the other side. Conceal it off across the back. And I can run... I can run 3 gyros here. I can run 3 gyros on a roof. We can do that in each bay. We're gonna fly by a hammerhead or hammer sled. Okay. I think that's going to be, it's going to allow me to continue the trend. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I can walk. See, I can even... could technically even stick a door there. I don't know how easily I'd be able to get out of it, but I mean, it's going to be half walls in here anyway, so. Now I'm thinking, do I want to get rid of that? See, I do that. That'll work. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. If we end up not liking it later or whatnot, or if it doesn't work like we think it'll work, then we'll come back. We'll pivot. Could do something a little different here. Just so it's not a blank wall. So we may put a door right there. So I would be able to get out that door and along this way, even though it's not. I can't think of too many reasons why I would need to, but of course, this way it's not just walls. We can see the status of the tank there. I remember the way that I oriented those windows. Here. That. Really gotta need to change that. Let's do 4. Come on. That won't work. May change that window setup over there. May change that. Let's see. Yeah, the Willis ducks. I was when I was flipping through looking for the windows, I saw the Willis ducks, and I was like, ooh, maybe the Willis. Yeah, Willis ducks might not be a terrible idea. I don't know if that's. I don't think it's airtight. That was one of the things I was kind of wondering about. Hold on, guys. Oh my goodness. Crazy day. Oh. All right. So I think what I want to find out here is, and this is taking us away from the area we're in right now, but the idea of putting a door there, this might, perhaps putting the door there would be the path, and we could possibly use the Willis ducts to do that. To get over to another access into the interior of the ship. So what I'm going to do here is we're going to use our conveyor networking command here again. This will allow me to see if we've got connection. We've got multiple routes going there. Okay, so that's good. That little pink dot right there that I've got my crosshairs on is the connector of that first bay. So since I can see from here that our hydrogen engines are still piped, at least as best as I can tell, they're still piped. Should be able to take this connection out, which I may not have enough inventory space for. And we might be able to work our way back to that connector, like kind of in that line with the connector, to get our, we'll say, our maintenance way into engineering. I'll turn that on. Really doesn't seem like this is running for me. This doesn't seem like this is running very fast. It's a little slow. As I discovered, those can be used to oxygenate multiple rooms along the trajectory. Yeah. I haven't incorporated that yet into any of my my stuff yet, but that was, I think you're the one that, I think I learned that from you. So that will definitely be something I look to try to do. So we got this. I cannot go any further that way. All right, temporary hole here. We're gonna close this up. I'm gonna go through the inside, and I don't want to lose any more oxygen than I've already cost myself. So we're airtight in here. We should be. Yeah. Okay. Of course, if I open that one, I'll break airlock and it won't make any difference anyway. So. Oh. Times. Figure out something interesting to do with that too. Over here. Try getting our stuff set up. 2. We'll do 4 first. Yep. 3. Go. Do something a little different there, but I think we're going to be all right. Nope, that is not right. So this is gonna have to.
Please check your
Great.
inventory for extraneous tools.
There. Three. Rotate it. Alright. That's what we got. Create a little space for the inventory. Something there. Got this. I think I'd have to put the windows on this side. You can see the thrust. That might be the way to do that. On this one, we just put a big 3x3 window. Might be the better way to do it. Let's see what we got. I don't know if I got any windows. Do I? It's weird. I'm not getting my buttons here. You can use the inverted corner blocks overhead. The first set of stairs. Replace the first catwalk with one of the new passage blocks in front of the small stairs. Say the first catwalk.
Your battery level will be low on the next beep.
Is this one here the first catwalk you're talking about? Message box. You can start to airtighting stairwell. Yeah. Starting from the bottom. Gotcha. Yeah. Let me see what we got here. Quick recharge. Not really so much a quick recharge. Now we can replacing this with one of the passageways. Lose anything there. Goodness, man, I don't have a passageway already set up here. Mm. Well, okay. Let's see. Yeah, a stairwell passage block would be awesome. No, you didn't distract me from what I'm doing. Like I said, I'm kind of all over the place today, so this keeps me from just walking around and not really doing anything. So can pull 2 interior plates. Two. It's gonna be hard to do. What do I have in my inventory that's taking up all the space? I think what's actually going to end up getting us is this. The fact that I can't close this space off. Unless, of course, we use this as the path across. Which is what we originally talked about. And that would be more in line with that space. Components, please. Okay. Use steel plate. There. So yeah, if we get yeah, this is actually the best place. Oh. Unfortunately, it is this tank right here. It's gonna have to go. Because right there is our conveyor tube. Because that is our engine routing. off. I need to do this, so we'll go ahead and do it. Get rid of all the oxygen tanks, right? Okay. Select all the tanks. We're going to put them all on stockpile. Then, come on. This tank, turn stockpile off, and that should start to empty. Close. We'll have to do this on the other side too. Okay. Get the right one. I need to make sure I'm getting the right one here. This has something attached to it. Is that thruster? Yeah, it's that thruster. It's something below, I bet. Yeah, it's gotta be thrusters, right? Yeah, okay. All right, so let's see. Need to collect this. Top, do the same there. On. Kind of weird that I start to float away there because... Okay, so that tank is available now. Okay. Okay.
No matter how hard you push, that will never fail.
I think we're gonna have
You seem to be overloading.
another one
Have
after
you considered
this.
our inventory DLC? Engineer, a still
No.
cannot get to your inventory.
That was dumb. Alright, I guess I got stuff out here too I need to pick up. Come on. Yeah. Let that slow down and get ready to put in our GPS. Oh no, your stuff's not gonna muff everything up. Don't worry about it. Yeah, that's what setting all the tanks to stockpile is. So let me know. Pass. It is. Can't pick that up. Scrap. But I'll be able to get the rest of this stuff.
Engineer,
Oh.
a steel plate cannot get to your inventory.
I'll be glad to get this somewhat to a state where I'm comfortable, like, being done. You know, like, at least to a point where it's like, okay, we've gotten enough done right now, we can go ahead and start moving on. Like, start heading to other places. Be nice. Taking it to the wrong place. Oh. Still want to. Do still want to get. We're gonna have thrusters there, so. We'll let that do its thing. See, we've got thrusters under this one, so. Not that it matters, it's connected on the sides too, but still. A little bit of redundancy is definitely not gonna hurt us. Yeah, but just gonna grab a little bit of steel plate just to. So things don't fall. It's also a marker. Empty. Empty. All right. freeze. There we go. A little bit of a freeze there. Nothing crazy, but a little bit. I'm avoiding using the Alt middle mouse because it distributes stuff kind of willy-nilly, like that's why we end up finding stuff in the Atlas and the Chigger and all the other ships that are connected. It's like that's why we end up finding all this weird random stuff in places. And because I've got the connector set up so that it will not, Izzy's won't pull their stuff, then that's why we're getting kind of maybe one more after this one. Yeah. Let's get rid of that. That was dumb. Delete. Delete. There we go. That's the path. There. Trying to think the best way to make, if we're going to be able to make that airtight. I mean, ideally, we come across here. We can put we can put corridors. But we still have to get up to this level. Make the whole space airtight. To there. Airlock. Thinking. And break air here. Have that. Oh, maybe not. It's 2 conveyor blocks. Okay. Might have something here. I need to... We're gonna need... I want to go ahead and get these, let's get the thrusters replaced. Hold on. Let's see. I think these 2 tanks would be airtight along their sides, since they have that ridge running the length of them. Yeah. I think I have an idea. Don't have anything in there. Let's go ahead and pull up the pipe. I think what we're going to end up having, we're going to have an airtight, we're going to have a tunnel, basically. Hold on a sec. It'll be a passageway, but it'll be like a corridor passageway with an airlock or with a sliding door on each side as a kind of a safeguard. But I want to go ahead and get the pipes set up. So I'm gonna need four of these. I need 8. We'll see. I could not have filled my inventory. Oh, I got it in there. Maybe it did. Okay. Go ahead and clear this stuff real quick. Need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7 of them. Okay. This might provide kind of a weird aesthetic, which I'm not going to complain about. I think it'd be interesting. You go through a ring of pipes. Don't need it there. Do need it here. So this one's done. This one's done. Okay. So that is what I need. First. Okay. Mm-hmm. Alright, trying to figure this out. Come on. Am I gonna be able to do... So it's gonna have to be a corner. Let's figure out, let's see. Yeah, it's gonna be kind of weird. It's gonna be interesting going through that. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this. So I think I can, and I'm not gonna break air here. That one will. Okay. Side, I'm going to take out the conveyor tube. I'm going to go ahead and pre-stage a airlock door, sliding door that is, so that we can get that taken care of. Got to go all the way down. Go. Should be able to grab this. Yeah. Got some steel. I guess the question should be, should I have the door near side or far side? I think we'll do that. 15 bulletproof glass, 2 computers, and 1 display. And for whatever reason, I'm not. 15 bulletproof glass. One display. And 2 computers. Great if we had a corner light. Love to have a light in there. Hmm. Come on, man. What do I have in there? Let's see. That's what I was thinking about. Yeah, doing the inset light above. That's what I was thinking. I was just, it would be. I like the, the quarters that have the built-in light into them. It's like just the right brightness. You don't have to mess with it or anything. It just, yeah, it would have been nice. I'm just being picky. That's all. All right. All right. Here, we're gonna come here. This way. If I make this, if I can make this whole area airtight, I know that might, I was gonna say that might solve some of the complications, but at the same time, it's adding complication to it at the same time. So, what do I have in my freaking inventory that's taking up so much space?
A full power bar keeps your AI happy while you sleep.
My goodness, come on. See, that's the thing. It's like, I gotta... I want to put a door want to put a door. Do I have a roof up there? Or a block ceiling? I don't. I can change that though. Guess I could put a stairwell in there. Like a ladder. Let's see. Fair enough. Lights in the corners and windowed. Yeah. Oh, I can. I should put the windowed corridors. I forgot to do that. Crap. Oh, let me walk. Yeah, I should have put the windowed in there so that you can see out as you're walking. You can go past the hydrogen tanks. We're getting close to having to wrap up, guys. Man. That one should be good. I guess this is the one I'm going to need to... I wonder if I'll be able to get through that. I doubt it. Probably won't. Get through there. I think we'll leave that one. We'll do the windows here. Yeah, we'll do the windowed ones here. Wish they had one that had all three. Don't though. I think that'll be cool though. I think that'll be neat. Let's see, we got this guy. Actually, we're gonna get rid of this one, make this one a light window too. We'll have the lights sitting inside the, say, the horseshoes. Yeah. And of course we'll need to put thrusters back here. All right. Maybe instead of running these stairs all the way down and around, So maybe I can figure out a way to run this inside to this area, and then that'll be how it get over to that, and then we'll leave this path down here as the way to get in at the lower edge. One, two, three, four. Right, I got five. Got five. Okay. 6, 7. That's all this stuff. Look at that. Raising up like that. There is no reason for that at all. It's crazy. And it's only when I do that. That is weird. Okay. Yeah, lots of interior plates and such. I get it. Alright. Good. Light. Window, window. Light. Yep. That's what I thought. Now we got window. Probably get some light reflection from the thrusters. That'd be kind of cool. Okay. How do we get... Hmm. Good. Airtight stairway would be great. Hmm. these though. Need. I mean, I should have needed glass, right? Thought I did need glass. I don't. Okay. Feel better about that now. See, I can't get that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure that one out. That one off. That one's off. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, I think we've got the start of something that's going to work here. Now, I may have to change this. Instead of perhaps doing this little S turn, what we may end up doing is taking this block out and moving this corner piece over here so that it opens in this direction. That may be the way we have to do it. I do want to keep both paths. I want a way to, and I may have to, again, I may have to change this orientation to over here where it comes down like this. So that I can build an perhaps an airtight space right here. Perhaps. I don't know if I'm going to be able to or not, but belligerence. But anyway. But I think that's definitely progress. Definitely progress. And I think that works. It's kind of, I want to say sneaky, like subtle sneaky. That little corridor in engineering is not very obvious. So, but yeah, might have to get rid of, like, this stuff here isn't actually functional anymore. So we may have to, we can use some of that perhaps to get what we're looking for. Maybe bring stairs up to a platform and go from there. I don't really mind armor panels for ramps. A lot of times if I'm doing that, I'll just use, I haven't really explored using armor panels as much as probably some people have. In that way, I'm just as likely to use, you know, a sloped armor block. So, get oxygenated. I also want to do a quick look if I'm gonna. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get any hydrogen here. Nope. So I got everything on. Nope, I am. Okay, good. Should be getting that from O2H2. Gents. No hydrogen, though. I get oxygen. Okay. Whatever is behind this. Fusing dots. Okay. So we got conveyors behind there. We also have conveyor coming up from the bottom. All right, I can do something with this. All right, so I may end up getting rid of this cryopod, this cryo chamber, or I may just move it over here. We'll get that light out of there. Move this over here. Then behind this set of blocks here, not this one, but the two that are behind these conveyor blocks. Get rid of those, and then we can run, we should be able to run a staircase directly down from the center area to, you know, it could be a, we'll call it a landing or whatever, and then put an entrance in here with an airlock. And that will allow direct, it'll come down and right where that rail is. It just come onto this area here. We could do that. So I think that's what we'll end up doing. All right, I'll catch up here. Let's see. At the top, you could take out the top stair. Yep. Use the corridor along and set into the hull. Yeah, and to bring it upstairs closer to where you're going to enter the ship again. That way you can build a little... Yep. Yep. And then greeble on the stairs so it doesn't stick out like sore thumb. Yeah, I'm gonna... I think probably what has been the biggest benefit of this session is having hit up some of the having worked some of the areas like these hangars over here that were going to turn into gyro rooms. Kind of put us in a better idea of what we've got around here to work with. And like I said, if I can find a way to enclose this area where this pathway just goes directly into here, that's probably what we'll end up doing. And then have the separate, because I think this will work great, because we're going to be taking out, so this block here, this block's going to go. That. And when we move the cryo, it'll go to the other side. You'll just be able to see it. We can go directly in. We can put an entire, I mean, we can make our own airlock system right there. So, yeah, I think it'll be good. I think we made some good progress today. We got some stuff done on the inside. As far as that we did get some gyros added. I don't think what we added is going to make a huge difference to our maneuverability, but once, like I said, we're going to be looking at least 6. Yeah, we're going to be looking at least 6 gyros per hangar bay down here we'll be able to use. So should be good. And then once we get all that straightened out, then we're gonna have to turn around and do it on the other side. So looks like it's gonna be fun. And then hopefully we can get out and do some traveling around. Like I said, we've been doing a lot of sitting and building. And granted, it was necessary because we've been collecting stuff, and we finally gathered the ships that we were thinking about using in a particular way, and now we got it. So that's gonna be awesome. So I appreciate it. Guys, thanks for stopping by. Morbin, as always, thank you so much for the interaction, the ideas, the understanding. Me being a little off today, but anyway, you guys are awesome. Things have been busy and hectic, real life. So like I said, last week I was really glad that I was able to get that short recording out of bonus footage for Let's Make Contact. I may try to do, like I said, this week is not as scheduled as last week was, but things have just kind of been so hectic that I can't really guarantee, that I'm going to have more than the days that I absolutely know I plan on streaming, like Mondays and Tuesdays. So we'll definitely be streaming tomorrow unless something crazy happens, and we'll do Let's Make Contact. And then if opportunities to stream come up through the week, of course I'll try to jump on and do those. And if not, maybe I can do some of those recorded 1 hour, maybe hour and 15-minute sessions that I can drop out there for you guys. So really, really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. I hope you guys have a great week. Remember, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and always, always be safe. Close that visor. Don't forget your dampers, and I will see you on the other side, guys.